talking about Hell's Paradise Season 1 again. I don't know if anyone watched our previous video about the first 2 episodes, but I think it's gotten better as the show's progressed. The storyline is very interesting. The way they ended Season 1 was really good. So to tell you how it actually ended, Gabi Maru,
It's alright. I figured it out.
he lost his memory.
Oh, it's alright.
He doesn't remember nothing.
It's alright.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't remember his wife, which in turn makes everything a little wonky for him, because that was his big reason about going home and shit. But other than that, I remember all the ninja shit.
Yeah, he straight up said, like, I remember who I am. I'm Gabi Maru the Hollow, the greatest ninja from this village. And it's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, he did say he's the current strongest.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, he did say he's the current strongest.
How the hell you lose his memory for his wife?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's because he was using Tao, is what it's called, right? He was using too much Tao, and his nose just started gushing blood.
I remember that. I remember that's when he was fighting the
then
monkey
he-
guy in the centipede.
Right, he passed out.
Yeah.
Whatever caused that aneurysm in his nose to bleed, that caused him to lose his memory. And then, do you remember what the little girl's name is?
So essentially, they explained it as using Tao is essentially using part of your soul. So you have the ability to essentially damage yourself in your actual soul by using it too much, and he used it too much, so he has damaged his soul, which manifested in him having memory loss.
Right, and so the way they showed that was, do you remember what the little girl's name is?
I think it's May or Mai.
May, something like that. She can see Tao, and she sees that, like, half of his head is just gone. Like, there is no Tao at the top of his head. So, and then he straight up said, like, he's looking around as he sits up, and he's just like, I have no idea who these people are. Are they enemies? I don't think so, because they're not attacking me. They might be friends, but I don't know. And it's like, is he about to murder all of these people?
And he straight up was like, if I got to, I will.
And then, I can't remember what the fat guy's name is, but he died, but he sacrificed his life. Like, he might have been able to live.
No, he didn't.
You don't think so at all? You're like 99%
Man,
sure he was dead.
He was
gonna die eventually.
When I say last legs, it's like, you know when you got that, you're fighting someone in like a side-by-side game, like a Mortal Kombat, and you can't even see their health bar.
Oh, yeah, and somehow they lived.
Yeah, that's where he was at.
Right. So he ends up basically making it so that they actually end up finally killing
They
an
didn't kill
immortal.
him.
No.
They did not kill him.
No, the Tenzin's dead.
No, he's not.
Bro, he burnt
He
up.
turned into that.
He turned into a flower, yes.
Yeah.
And then the blind guy shows up.
You're thinking of the Tenzin that Gabi Maru fought. We're talking about last episode, Tenzin.
Yeah, they fought it. So, you remember in the previous episode they were fighting the Tenzin?
Who the hell is Gabi Mario?
Gabi Maru is the
Hollow.
Hollow. He's
Hollow,
the
which one?
main
The white-haired guy.
Yeah, the white haired ninja.
No, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about remember when the girl and the ninja girl they got the little seductive thing.
Yeah, they're fighting a Tendon right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
He's
the
dead.
guy. Okay,
Yeah.
so in the next episode
He dies.
He died. Okay.
So the
So
blind
that's what I'm
guy, the
saying.
blind guy shows up, and his Tao, he ends up training his Tao the whole time that they're running towards this, and he ends up figuring out what does he call it, like his wavelength?
Yeah, he can see the waves.
Right.
That's just what he calls it.
Right, he sees the waves is what he calls them because he doesn't know that the name is Tao, and dude, he goes ham on the Tendon and Tenzin, thank you, and like he ends up getting attacked. He ends up getting scratched by the flower, not even stabbed, and the flowers end up popping up all over him. So he ends up cutting the flowers out of him, and still ends up winning. But he goes to, like, you remember how they find out that like the navel is the weak spot for them and stuff like that.
They didn't really find that. Well, except
It makes them harder. It takes them longer to regenerate if they cut the navel.
No. The only person really, from what I saw, the only people that really found out was the two brothers. Because the crazy one with the one eye that's blind.
Right.
To me, last time I checked, those are the only people that really know that actually kills him.
No,
Because he was like, oh, it has to do something. Because God Mario just burnt them up and then they ended up dying or something like that. They didn't necessarily know that it's the naval area.
No.
Gabimaru did focus in enough to where he was like, that's where the core of your power was. Now, he did not get to the point where he was able to, where you're at, he never went through and said, that's 110%, that'll kill you.
Because that's what
but
the
he
blind
knew that
guy,
was a weakness.
But that's what the blind guy was like. The one-eyed blind guy, him and his brother, he's like, it's got to be below the navel, and then this when he blew a hole.
Yeah.
in.
Well,
'Cause
also in
that was able
episode,
to actually see it.
but also in episode 12, what's the girl's name?
Which girl?
Like she or the
little pink-haired girl?
The one that the nerd.
the exterminator, the one that the
saved-
executioner,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
like Shigiri or something like that.
Something like that. Saw
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, she figures out that the navel is the weak point in episode 12.
Wait.
Whenever she's fighting him, she cuts him literally right in the navel, and he takes forever to regenerate. And then they think that they've killed him by cutting his navel and
well,
everything.
she didn't figure it out. He did. The dude,
Oh,
the nerd.
the fat nerd
Yeah.
figured it out. So, but she yells to the blind guy that is that's their weak spot. But then the fat guy that ends up dying is like, no, if they're a flower, then this is their weak spot, and he ends up cutting it open. And there's how many heads were inside that thing? Like 6 different heads.
No, there
There's
was
more?
There was more than 6.
Yeah, there was a shit ton of heads inside of this flower.
So yeah, they said like so it's like their ovaries essentially.
Yeah, I guess something
Yeah,
like that.
that's what they
essentially
described it.
it's where in a lot of different religions they consider that spot like right below the navel is where your soul is held.
Right.
That's why when samurais committed seppuku, that's
where they
they
cut.
stab and then come across that because that was them releasing their soul. So that's just
A thing.
that's just where they. That's how the fat dude knew because he was like he studied a lot of religions. He was like, okay.
He studied
now I
flowers
get it.
too.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not what made him go, oh, hit this guy while he was in his human form. He
Yeah.
didn't go, hey, a flower's junk would be right where your
Well,
stomach
when
is.
he was in his flower form, he said because it's a flower.
We're talking about that.
I know you're not talking about that point. This
Don't
is where I'm
skip
getting
over
to. I ain't
where we're
skipping-
talking about.
No.
Because we're talking about the fact that he was mixing his knowledge of religion
Yeah.
while fighting this motherfucker. When he turns into a flower, all bets are off for a bit because the man turned into a fucking
Yeah,
flower.
he was bleeding
Not
to
only
death. The
did-
nerd was literally bleeding to
He was
death.
like,
Not
I'm
only
gonna die
did he
a little
turn into a flower, he turned into a gigantic flower.
With
Gigantic flower with
male,
two bodies?
yeah, with
Yeah,
a male
with two
side
faces.
and a female side.
Yeah.
with one head.
And I am, one head. I am very interested to figure out what's going to happen with the 2 brothers because that one brother lost his arm and then it regenerated. His neck
Well,
snapped and then it grew back.
You remember the lines and
the
stuff?
scars.
It's like-
They look like tattoos.
It's like a curse or something. That's what he was saying or something like that. See, this is why I listen to it. I might catch a couple episodes, so I have to listen to it and go back and look at it and
I want rewatching the dub.
like for real because
I know.
he explained.
I
He
got too much
explained.
shit to watch to be rewatching shit.
He explains the scars on his brother's neck about like I forgot. It's a curse though. Something like dealing with a curse. From what I heard.
At the same time, you don't fucking know.
No, he has no idea. But like
Who?
he was
The
eating.
brother.
He was eating
Like, he straight up
monsters.
doesn't know. He has
Oh.
no. He has no
Knowledge.
real information to go off
Right.
of to tell you what that is.
Right.
Now the only thing that we can go off of is that episode 13, the blind dude, like starts to say
I can
that,
see.
that using this more will result in different side effects for different people
Mm.
because you have different wavelengths. So
Mhm.
that's basically, and when they said that, they kind of moved over to, you saw the blind dude and his scars and it's like, yeah, we don't know what that is yet, but it's something to do with him using Tao.
Mhm.
And then they moved over to Mario waking up and him having the memory loss
Mhm.
and the fact that she was puking blood while they were fighting and whatnot. And it was like, so it's definitely one of those things where they can go, okay, you have Tao, the flower dude, the Tenzin that they were fighting before he turned into a giant flower, literally said to the ninja girl that, hey, you use Tao in a similar fashion that I do. So essentially, we can assume that each of the Tenzin use their Tao different, which might result in each of these people who are learning Tao to also manifest different powers and shit, which would be interesting because Gabimaru already has flame powers. He just
Yeah,
has
that's a-
flame powers.
Well, then the girl. like her mucus, like her ingesting poisons and secreting it out.
Yeah.
That's her using Tao, and then her using her substitution jutsu. That's her using Tao, and then Gabimaru using Tao is the fact that, I mean, we saw him literally get shot, hung, boiled alive, burned, and he didn't die. That's all Tao.
I don't know, because I feel like because they weren't Tenzin, whatever they were fucking called, the little underling, the butterfly and insect dude. Instead of being
they're a step under them. But
not only are they a step under them, he straight up does not say he's using Tao
Right.
until he starts focusing and starts kicking him and shit.
right.
That's when you see he actually starts using Tao. So his bullshit, until one of the Tenzin also come through and be like, yeah, that flame bullshit you be doing is Tao. I'm like, Gabimaru's just a freak.
Well, he is a freak, bro. Like 100% Gabimaru's a freak.
Man, I can't wait till this next season. I ain't gonna lie to you. I literally watched like 8 episodes in a row.
It's so good,
It's
so good.
Once you see it and they're like, hey, because one of the ninja girl, basically, because they're trying to figure out whether the elixir is real or not. Because the Tenzin straight up says it's not a thing. Like the elixir.
I remember that.
Yeah.
He said, even though he was lying though, because
He's definitely lying.
Because he was the one who got his ass kicking, and they you know, at the end of the episode, they see him all drinking it and restoring their bodies and stuff like that. So yeah.
But since no one else has it outside of the island, and the ninja girl starts going, all right, why do you think it's real? And they're like, well, Gabimaru believes it's real because of his the village chief in his ninja village had it or whatever. He was immortal. And then the ninja girl goes, are you sure though? Because it could have just been an illusion. And he's like, he could have been doing a trick. And they're like, wait, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, and
but
then
you trick a kid when it's young, and they grow up
and then
thinking
he's
this
like,
is a real thing.
And then she's also like, have you ever met Gabimaru's wife?
Have you seen her?
Have you heard her voice? What if
you know
that's
what
a
she looks like?
Yeah, what if that's a trick too? And she's just like, no. And it's like, this ninja bitch is hardcore fucking with her.
Which I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, no, you've got a point.
Right,
It does make it very. And then Gabimaru wakes up, and then he says, I don't remember her. And that's all he says. And then he says, I don't remember
He doesn't
her.
remember, doesn't say that he doesn't remember her.
What?
He's not sure where he's at, and he says something's missing.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
So
he don't
knows,
remember her at all.
So so he has a feeling he knows something's off,
Yeah.
and he just don't know what it is.
You're
Right.
Because if I was to take the memory of your little sister from you, you wouldn't know that that's the memory I took from you because you can't remember it.
Right.
So he's like, no, there's something missing there. There's a gap, but I don't know what it is.
Right.
And I'm also in hostile territory where people don't fucking know.
Right.
So that's the
Right.
priority.
And then he's just like, I'm just going to play along for now. And I'm just like, how the fuck you plan on playing along? You don't know these people.
Okay.
You don't know where you're at.
He's also a ninja.
Okay, so check this out. So, homegirl who grew like 10 inches, not 10 inches.
Yeah.
But,
She
grew
aged up.
Yeah, she aged up.
Oh, yeah.
Her powers.
She's not a Tenzin. She's
She's something they poke like a prostitute and reproduce. Essentially, that's how it was explained.
Yeah, because essentially they.
How is it explained?
So essentially, she is also one of those beings that are a step below the Tenzin.
Right, but the only reason she is because she refuses to allow her yin and yang to change. Is what,
Yeah.
No,
Something
the
like
way
that.
that was explained was that they can be a male or a female as a Tenzin.
Right.
As those people who are a step below, those are all male except her. So they have her in order for them to do the whole yin and yang thing, because they said to circulate their yin and yang, they would do a ritual, which the ritual was just them having sex. The reason Mai was there was to basically have sex with the lower level of Tenzin so that they can be stronger and live longer. That's why she fucking ran away.
I run away too.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good, fam. I don't want to do that.
So yeah.
That's why the Tenzin weren't even looking for her. It was the lower level people who were looking for her the whole time.
Because the Tenzin were like, I
But-
don't care if your fuck buddy ran away.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was pissed, or it was pissed
I'm not fucking a
when
centipede
it
face
came
person.
and when it came
Or butterflies.
to save Gabimaru. He was like, oh my. Remember when she saved
Yeah,
Gabimaru?
but I don't really think he was
Because,
pissed. I think he was more
no,
like, this
no,
bitch.
no, because he was scared. Because remember, Remember when they was all at the drinking thing?
Yeah, he straight up
Hold on,
lied.
listen. Yeah, I was gonna say, just
Yeah.
get to that. Yeah, he lied about it.
He asked me a question and cut me off.
What? No, I didn't because you cut me off. We always talk about this. We got video evidence of you cutting me off before I finish it.
Show me.
It's on. Do I need to pull it up?
Show me.
You can pull it up later.
Anyway. But anyway, I don't even know what I was about to say. Thanks to somebody cut
When they
my
were
ass
drinking
off.
the stuff,
No, I don't
He
remember.
or it, they were talking about how he got all the way pushed to his final form and stuff, and then the guy was just like, he's dead, right? And the guy's like, yeah, he's dead, I killed him.
which is one of those things
It
where
was like a
it's
crunk moment when he lied to Yzma, you know? Yeah, he's dead.
it's like, sure, he's dead,
He's not coming back.
or at least he's not gonna come back up here, right?
Right?
Probably, right?
Maybe.
Hopefully.
We'll find out later.
Well, he was looking like a damn tree.
Grabbing Mario or the Tenzin?
The Tenzin.
Oh, yeah. You think they all have different forms? Because one of them looked like a rose, the other one did look like a tree.
Yeah, I definitely think they have
No, but they all stem from that one guy.
Oh, is that what you think?
No, I
They
read
said
about
that.
it.
Oh, they did say that?
Yeah, they straight up said that one guy
I missed
was over them and he created all of them.
So
and
he's
he
just-
separated the power.
Yeah, exactly. They're extension of him, essentially.
I really want his backstory now. Then, like that.
Oh, that main dude?
Yeah, I want his backstory.
Probably get it later because like they straight up in episode 13 he was like, "Hey, this island is a research lab."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I thought
that's
that was
just
weird too.
them, I don't. Literally, you saw them taking those humans and throwing them into that
Pit.
that pit.
Yeah.
Someone had to figure that shit out. So it's a research lab.
Right, but at the same time,
Oh,
who is doing this research in what year is this? Fucking 1340.
uh-oh. No,
All right, with that, that's my wife calling me. Yep.
Ah!
Hey, baby.
Anyway,
But essentially, the original
Hello?
dude who made all those people, it was like,
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
it makes sense for it to be a research lab because they straight up
I'm gonna leave Brody's house right now. I'm gonna head
straight up said that, hey, we were all created and then
No, you're not
separated
gonna text
so that
messages?
we can do his bidding or whatever.
Mhm.
So just one of those things where it's like, no, this is a research lab and these people don't care because they're scientists. And like, they're just here to help him do his bullshit. Now, the question is whether or not that guy's still alive.
right.
It's like, is he still here?
I doubt it.
Is there something else?
They
about
probably
it?
killed him.
Who'd they kill?
I believe
I'm
they
saying
probably
they
killed him.
probably killed the main dude who created them.
Oh, like the guy that sent them there?
No, the guy who created the Tenzin.
Yeah.
He's saying he thinks he's dead.
Oh, see, that'd be interesting. But like you were saying, I mean that island. If it's a research facility, someone had to discover that island first, right?
Well, that would have been him because he made them.
He literally made everything, man.
That's interesting.
So all the power that the Tenzin had, he had,
Right,
and then separated it to give to them.
right. But did he just start like grabbing bodies and throwing them in the hole? Like, how did he figure out?
Well, that's the research part of it. I don't know the full research. I also don't know how fucking Captain Kuratsuchi can grow his arms back. He just stuck himself in the arm and grew his arm back. This is Bleach reference.
Oh, right,
Oh,
right, yeah.
okay.
Well, he's the head of research and development. So.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
guy's the
understand.
head of research and development.
I
It might
also-
be Kuratsuchi here.
I was also really confused. Like, is his skin white, or does he actually put makeup on his entire body? But we're not talking about Bleach right now,
I don't know about that. He's hella pale,
right?
which means he's been doing blackface. Not okay.
All right, and on that, we're gonna end this episode. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.